Hello everyone, welcome to Basic Electronics video lecture sessions. In today's session I am continuing with the topic that is CMOS inverter. The MOS, that is the MOSFET metal oxide semiconductor. Now what is the C? CMOS, it is nothing but the complementary metal oxide semiconductor. So we will study the circuit operation and circuit diagram with waveforms of one of the most important circuitry and application of CMOS, that is known as CMOS inverter. First of all, for the basics of complementary MOSFET, that is CMOS, you need to understand the construction. Look at this. This is the construction of CMOS, which will have one substrate and P-well, heavily doped N plus region and P plus region. Actually, it is the combination of NMOS and PMOS. CMOS technology uses both N channel and P channel devices in the same circuit. So it is the combination of NMOS and PMOS. CMOS circuits are more difficult to fabricate than circuits using only NMOS and only PMOS devices, because it is nothing but the connection of many MOSFET with the channels and substrate, right? So look at this is the construction of CMOS. It is the main substrate, that is N type of substrate, and here I have the P-well, heavily doped P plus region and N plus region are there. Metal contacts are there for the protection purpose and polysilicon gate is there. So according to the drain gate and source terminal, it will work with the biasing batteries. So let's continue with the detailed CMOS inverter. This is inverter cross section. Typically use P-type substrate for NMOS transistors. Similarly, we will use N-type substrate for PMOS transistors. It requires to make an N-well for body of PMOS transistors. So look at these are the different contacts and the main parts of the inverter cross section using the CMOS. Which are these main parts? One is the silicon oxide, silicon dioxide, SiO2, N plus diffusion, P plus diffusion, polysilicon and metal contacts. So look at this is the black color contact, that is the metal contact, and this is the P substrate. We have used here the main P substrate and for NMOS transistor. It requires to make N-well for body of PMOS transistor. That means this is the N-well in which P plus regions are heavily doped. Let me come to the point of circuit. Now I want to explain the CMOS inverter equivalent circuit. Here I have used two type of MOS, NMOS and PMOS. This is the PMOS and this is the NMOS. There are two gate voltages. The current direction shown outside and one shown is inside. So this is the combination of the PMOS and NMOS, two MOSFETs, right? And both gates are connected internally and one external terminal is there, that is known as input. So input is applied commonly to these two gate terminals. Drain voltage is applied like this VDD, that is 5 volt, and output is also collected from this common terminal. A separate P-well region is formed within the N-type substrate and the P-well region acts as a substrate for the N-channel MOSFET. So this is the equivalent circuit of CMOS inverter. CMOS inverter construction. This is detailed cross section or construction. Typically use the P-type substrate for NMOS transistor, that I have already told you first. We will use the P-type substrate always for NMOS transistors. So look at this is the P-type substrate I have constructed here using N-well. P plus regions are there and gate terminals. These are the two gate terminals. And this dashed region is nothing but the polysilicon. And dotted region, that is SiO2 layer. So we have used these main parts in consideration. Always remember that metal contact is there, polysilicon is there, P plus region and N plus diffusion must be there, and SiO2 layer. P substrate is most widely explained and used for NMOS transistor. The source of N-channel MOSFET is connected to the ground, whereas the source of P-channel MOSFET is connected to the plus VDD. Now, let me come to the point of terminals. Which are the three terminals? Source, drain and gate. The source terminal of N-channel MOSFET is connected to the ground, and the source terminal of P-channel, which will be connected to the supply. And what is the supply? It is denoted by plus VDD as shown in this figure. One is connected with the plus VDD plus 5 volt and the another source is connected to the ground. The drain means the drain terminal of both the MOSFETs are connected together and the output is taken from the common drain point. The gates are connected together and input is applied at the common point. So everything is explained in the construction and it can be explained by the circuit diagram. Again I have drawn the circuit diagram for better understanding of the detailed construction using the terminals. Look at this. This is the biasing of CMOS inverter. Whenever I want to explain the working, then it is necessary to connect the biasing. Both are enhancement MOSFETs. PMOS is in negative and NMOS is in positive. These are the two transistors. One is denoted by Q1 and another name is Q2. Q1 is NMOS and Q2 is PMOS. According to these two connected PMOS and NMOS, we can define the terminals like gate terminals like this. Both are connected together. Both gates are connected and input is applied to the common point of gate as per the construction. Then drain terminal, which will be connected again together. The drain of PMOS and this is the drain of NMOS. Both are connected together and we have taken the output terminal VO from the common point of output terminals. Then source terminal is connected to the power supply of PMOS and similarly the source terminal of NMOS is connected to the ground. So this is the perfect circuit diagram of connection of PMOS and NMOS. So it becomes the circuit diagram of CMOS inverter. Now let's discuss the operation according to this. Input is 0 or input is high. So how it works inverter? Digitally we have only two inputs, 0 and 1. 0 that is the input, low input, and 1 that is the input for indicating the high input. So 0 that is nothing but the analytically means analog 0 volt and 1 digitally that is in analog values that is the plus 5 volt. So let's discuss the circuit operation now. CMOS inverter operation. It can be easily explained by this table in which I have taken the main points, that is one is the VI volt, Q1, Q2 condition and the output value. So we can easily understand the operation of CMOS inverted, how it gives the inverted output. If we have the input voltage Vi is equal to 0 volt, that means logic 0 as per the digital circuit, then Q1 will be off, that means reverse biased, and Q2 will be on, it will be forward biased. For Vi equal to 0, Q1 will be reverse biased, Q2 will be forward biased. So Q1 acts as an open switch and Q2 acts as a short circuit or closed switch, so that output across the drain connected common terminal, it will be VDD, that means high voltage, and in digital you can say the output is logic 1. Now let me explain the case number 2. If Vi is equal to VDD, that means input is logic 1 high. If input is high, then Q1 is on and Q2 is off. That means Q1 is forward biased and Q2 is reverse biased. So similarly, Q1 will be short circuited and Q2 will be open circuited. That's why the output will be 0. So these are the two cases are explained here. If Vi equal to 0, then VGS of Q1 will be 0 and so it will be off. But VGS of Q2 will be VDD because VDD is already connected there with the Q2 and therefore Q2 will be on. So that VO will be plus VDD means logic 1, VO is high. Input is 0 but output is high means input is 0 but output is 1. If input is 0 and output is 1, then it is known it shows that inverter operation. Similarly, if input is 1 but output is 0, then again it shows then and concludes that inverter operation. It will be in the case 2. So let us discuss the case number 2. In case 2, Vi equal to plus VDD. So we are considering that input is high. If input is high, then Q1 NMOS, because Q1 transistor that is NMOS, so it is equal to VDD high, it is on, forward bias, and Q2 is off, so output is 0. So the output is connected to the ground and finally inversion will take place. Look at these are the waveforms and equivalent circuit, so we can easily understand the operation of CMOS inverter. As per the waveform, this is the negative cycle of square wave. This is the input waveform. This is the output waveform. Right now we are taking the square wave, so we can easily explain the positive half cycle, negative half cycle 1 and 0 respectively. If we have this negative half cycle or 0 input, so we have the output is positive. So this is clearly inversion. Similarly, when input becomes 0 to 1, in this high input, output will be low because Q1 is on and Q2 is off. And in the next repeatedly cycle, if input is low and output is high, and continuously input is high, then output is low. This is input voltage versus time and this is output voltage versus time. Both are explained using the square waveform reference. And when the case 1 is operated, at that time Q1 is open switch. So the equivalent circuit can be shown like this. Two gate terminals are connected together. Vi input is applied to the common terminal. Q1 is off, NMOS is off. If input is 0, that means open switch, and Q2 is short circuited because it is PMOS. And therefore the output which will be taken from this plus VDD, because plus VDD is connected to the Q2 source, and so the output terminal is here. Look at this. So VO is equal to VDD. This is the second case equivalent circuit when input is high. So Vi is equal to VDD plus 5 volt or logically logic 1. So this is the common two gate terminals, and when input is equal to 1 or plus VDD, then Q1 is on and Q2 is off. So Q1 is closed switch and Q2 is open switch. If Q2 will be open switch, so there will be no connection between plus VDD and VO. There will be discontinue of the connection between supply and output. So we can say that We can see here easily that VO terminal is connected to the ground due to the Q1 is short circuited, and therefore output across this short circuit is equal to 0. So these two equivalent circuit clearly explain that when input is 0, output is 1. When input is 1, then output is 0. So this is the waveforms of CMOS inverter. That's all about today's session for CMOS inverter. If you have any query, then you can send me the email or you can send me the query anytime. Thank you very much.